Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first stream of the Wrestle Collective for 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. From the rest of the Wrestle Collective, I hope you guys all had a very awesome Christmas and New Year's with your family and friends, with your little fur balls. Again, welcome to the first official podcast for the Wrestle Collective 2026. I want to welcome too. You'll see on the screen we have Taylor and Sodo, who are now officially part of the collective. Also, who are part of this podcast officially. So this is the 4-man team you will be seeing from now on, going forward. I love when things come together. You know, it's so funny. Like we did episode 2, and there's natural chemistry, and I was thinking, man, I just kind of want to have these two on here permanently. You know, and then when I get off the stream, there was already Slick and Graps talking in the chat. Oh, we need to make this permanent, and I was like, oh yeah, So to Taylor and Sodo, officially welcome to the collective and officially welcome to the Queens Road team.
Thank you. I'm very
happy to be here. Oh, Jinx.
Oh God.
Right?
Jinx.
So let's start with Taylor. Taylor, how's your wrestling fandom been this last month? And what have you been up to? How was your holiday?
It was good. I did go to World's End, so I did.
You did?
I did. I ended off the year with wrestling and started off the year with Wrestle Kingdom. So my sleep schedule is all sorts of messed up, but it's been pretty good. I start a new job tomorrow, so it's just a whole matter of getting everything kind of back into the swing of things.
Good luck with that. Sodo, how's your fandom been this last month? And welcome to the team.
Thank you. It has been amazing. I think this year started off, and last year has ended with a lot of momentum in women's wrestling all over the world. And if anybody knows me, I love things all over the world. So it's been amazing. And we've already had some, I know it's a weekend, but match of the year contenders. So I'm really excited to chat about it.
Awesome. Deb, you're looking pretty fly for a black guy. What are you wearing over there?
Thank you for mentioning. I put it on just for you guys. I got it at shopdubc.com. Amazing site. You can find it at our link tree. It's the best thing I ever put on, softest thing that you could ever find, especially for the winter. Couldn't get enough of them.
Awesome. Thank you. So, guys, lots to cover in this. So kind of what we'll be doing today is we'll kind of be going over each promotion. And then from there, we'll chime in for where we have things. Again, the one thing that we want to get through with the Wrestle Collective, first of all, any tribalism, but also just enjoying your wrestling. So, again, we're going to kind of go down every promotion. But again, some of us might not have something to say about the promotion. Doesn't mean it's any lesser or greater. It's just that we don't watch that yet, you know. But at the same time, we want to try to give as many promotions as possible, as many shout-outs as possible. Also, at the end, we'll be kind of giving what our predictions for what we want to see in 2026. And also, we'll be giving kind of two of our matches, fantasy matches that we'd love to see this year that we think are feasible matches to see. Did Deb already get kicked out? Did he already go to principal or what?
Deb got in trouble to a permanent end. All I saw was advocates.
There he is. The black van's pulled up.
So
You asked me.
Follow her dream of being
Did
a
someone
big man.
ask about principal?
We're getting shade in the chat already, man. You guys better watch out. Better keep those gay. Again, this is a woman's show, so I better not be seeing no gay kid hate in this because again, we're just talking about women's wrestling today. But let's start off. So let's start with AEW. So again, I know if all of us here watch AEW. So let's start with you. Let's start with you, Soda. What was your highlight from AEW this past 4 weeks?
I would probably say Chris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter at World's End. That for me is like the ideal babyface versus babyface match. And I felt like shadowboxing the entire time because they were just beating the living hell out of each other. And when it comes to those type of matchups, I think they're really difficult to achieve really good things. A face versus face, and they exceeded all the expectations I had. And they're two great wrestlers, so that is probably like my favorite match from the past month with AEW. But I'm also really looking forward to Willow Nightingale as a double champion. We don't often see that with other people that aren't Mercedes. So I'm excited to see what Willow does this year.
All right, Taylor, what you have from the AEW side?
I would agree. Getting to see that match, Stat and Jamie in person was insane. It was such a surreal. All the women's matches on that show were great. I liked where it kind of led to, obviously, like Mercedes and Willow at New Year's Smash, and all of that. So, like Soto said, I'm excited to see what they do with Willow as a double champ. And kind of hope that.
So let's not bury the lead. So in case you're watching this and you live under a rock, Willow Nightingale defeated Mercedes Mone in the main event of Dynamite after World's End to become double champion, getting back the title she lost to Mercedes, the TBS title. Great match. I know friend of the show, even Stampede's like he had to change his top 100 matches of the year. I think or even his top 10 after this match came out because it was such an amazing match. Again, just giving the ladies a great spotlight, main eventing Dynamite, and it was a great match, and I look forward to going with this. The one thing to chime in, like my thing is just looking forward to seeing what they do with the tag team titles because Willow is a double champ, and I think the division is strong enough to have other people have those titles. But I think we're seeing something, as far as we're seeing mega problems. We're seeing a lot of teams got to get highlighted. So hopefully those titles come up soon. But at the same time, let's let Willow shine as a double champ right now.
Absolutely, I like the end of Dynamite for the year was a good moment because usually the ending of Dynamites for AEW, this is not a slight or anything. It just happened to end on a like a down note, meaning like you don't get your happy ending. You get a down for the end of the year, and then they start the year big. But with this, Willow reuniting with Chris was like really happy, and it was nice to see like a happy ending for once.
And my thing too is like because I heard the guy again. I might have to change because we had a new district manager at work, but like I'm listening to my wrestling podcast at work. Like the thing is, so many of these guys were shitting on AEW, like, oh, put out new content during the holidays and stuff. But it's like for me, it's like people will catch it sooner or later. But I appreciate as a fan, again, for like me, like pro wrestling helps so much with my mental health. Like getting new content, like I love it. So thank you AEW for not being afraid to do something momentous and something that was during the end of the year. Again, sometimes especially you're dealing with family and things like that, it can get hectic and stressful. So a lot of times for fans, pro wrestling is a getaway. So thank you for giving us a reason to tune in, Tony, and see something cool. Deb, your thoughts on those two things, and if you had anything to shout out for AEW.
Well, I would want to tell Soto. I just want to thank Soto for mentioning my Dynamite hoodie. My hoodie really is Dynamite. It's the best thing that anyone's ever seen this whole year. And you can get it at shopdubc.com. Please find
just so you guys know, Dev can't leave his house until he sells 5 hoodies. So that's why it's we got him on lockdown. So he's definitely trying to walk the dog. So if you guys could buy a hoodie for him, please.
Thank goodness I'm a homebody. Yeah, like it's really cool, y'all. It has
I will
tough.
be
the
purchasing one of
writing
those
on
on
it.
Fridays. So if you want to
The
be cool,
lightning
like
bolt.
me and Dev, go buy one.
He hasn't washed it in 4 weeks either, so it holds up really well. It looks clean, right?
Thankfully, I'm such a homebody. I would buy the hoodies at your own pace because we here at the collective, we wait. We're patient.
Looks like it does a
And
good job of repelling cat hair too. I don't see much cat hair on it either, so that's another positive.
it's the type of dryer sheets that I use.
Oh, nice.
They literally get rid of lint. True story.
Back to the subject, Dad. Did you have anything you want to shout from AEW and stuff?
Yeah, I wanted to mention the long-term storytelling that paid off for Willow Nightingale. That was an amazing win. Even with it seeming inevitable to some fans because the timing was so right for it, it's still an upset because of who she pinned, thanks to Mercedes putting her over the way that she did. AEW does tell stories. They told probably one of the longest term stories, maybe a little bit longer than the Hangman Death Rider act and sequences. That's the only time I'll mention two men again on this show. We don't do that here. So shout out to Willow. That was a great match. Great way to end the year.
Absolutely, and kind of what you guys talked. So what you just said, Devin, will kind of chime into what I wanted to bring up. And that's Mercedes Mone. I like my wrestling to be fun. I like my wrestling with with little comedic things. I like to have my little be sports entertain if you want to call it. So for me, like I love the last thing Mercedes just did with the celebration. Like having taking another cake to the face. Like Mercedes does that really really well. But also just coming out with the white veil. Like looks like she's been wearing the same weave for 2 weeks. Hadn't combed it, hadn't put it on a little pedestal thing when she went to sleep. She just kept it on. Like I just love her doing that comedic work, like letting just taking a cake in the face, like letting the women do a little conga line, celebrating her downfall, and then even the promo she did on Collision yesterday, saying she's going to take a break away from wrestling, and she's going to just to crash out Mercedes we're getting, which I think leads to babyface, like seeing someone who's the highest paid woman in pro wrestling, like humble herself and do comedic stuff like that excites me as a fan, and I love seeing it.
I agree with you. I think and this goes for very few wrestlers that do this. There's a strength in making yourself the butt of the joke. It's like incredibly difficult to achieve that in a good sense. And Mercedes has done that really, really nicely. Put herself in the position to look weak because wrestlers often want to look very strong, but she's very good at playing both ends. So I'm right there with you. I really enjoyed all those little bits that she did because it not only it makes her look like there's a strength in being able to do that, but it makes the other people with her. She wants to uplift the other people with her.
Absolutely, it's leading by example. Again, if I can do it, if it's ever suggested to you, like don't be afraid to do that yourself. And I love seeing her lead by example. Anyone else? So round two, going second time around the room. Do you have anything else for AEW, Soto?
I'm looking forward to AEW's further partnership with Stardom and other women's wrestling companies. Alex Windsor recently made her debut in Stardom, so I hope they continue to work together and because that's one of the reasons that partnership is happening, for those things to happen. So I just wanted to shout Alex Windsor out.
Wins, and then also her winning the title. She won the Rev Pro title since we've done her last show. So again,
Absolutely.
kudos to her doing that in her home country. That was a fun moment. Do you have anything else, Taylor? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dad. Cut in the line, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Wow.
It was so quick, almost as quick as the lightning
Oh,
bolt
Lord.
on this hoodie that you can get at Dove.
Note to Carlos: do not ask Dad to do promos ever again.
No, Chris Statlander. A very important note, a very quick important note for Chris Statlander. She proved that she can hoop with the best of them and was literally had the best women's wrestlers lined up for her to pin. And I think she erases any doubt of her being a fluke champion or a transitional champion. That's all I have.
Well said. Taylor?
I mean, for me, I'm excited to see obviously where the tag titles go. I know that they're building up the little like stat Willow and Harley versus Triangle of Madness. So I'm excited for that match on Wednesday. I want a Tekla Chris Statlander like singles match so bad. So I hope that we get that soon. Whether they build it up for Revolution or if it's on like Dynamite or something like that. And obviously I love when Sky and Willow wrestle each other, so any form of that match I can get, whether it's a tag
Are
match.
you a fan of Sky Blue? Do you like Sky
What do
Blue?
you think, guys? Also, I'm freezing, so that's why I have a blanket on. But any sort of I guess thank you. I've been wanting. I just want Tekla to wrestle everybody, so just give me Tekla matches too. Like, I'm just excited to see where the year goes. You know, for all of these titles, I feel like it go into Willow. Not that Mercedes, like, she had fantastic matches as TBS champion, but I'm excited to see where the 2026 goes for that belt. With Willow, since we didn't really get like a long reign with her the last time she had it. So.
Well said. The thing I want to point out from your notes is we had also sorry, Deb, I forgot Deb, do you have something else for AEW?
Chris Statlander.
Yeah, okay. and so the other thing we had that you had said, Taylor, was the Hyatt and Maya World signing.
Oh yes.
So
yeah. I was glad to be there for that match. I enjoyed watching Sky. I know she had been in the ring with Hyan before, but I don't think she had wrestled Maya World. So watching her and Julia wrestle them, and then to find out, I wish they would have done this like on the screen, like while I was there. But to show that they were signed to All Elite Wrestling, like just to watch, they came in and took an opportunity at a 3-minute match against Taiji. And just a month or so later, got that All Elite graphic. So all I'm saying is, you gotta do the job sometimes.
Be a team player, and it pays off sometimes, right?
Sometimes it just takes 3 minutes, guys. You gotta be patient.
Also, those two, both Hyan and Maya World, have been busting it on the independent circuit. So I think it was only a matter of time before they signed here. I think this is a great place for them. So I'm really happy to see, because I've been following both of them on the independent circuit for quite some time now. So I'm really happy to see them there.
And then the other thing we'll throw it in because it's part of AEW, Ring of Honor, Madison Rayne. She retired. She officially did her retirement. So I just want to say thank you, Madison Rayne, for all that you've given to professional wrestling. Again, the Beautiful People in TNA is one of my most favorite factions ever. I love what they did there. And I know she's still working as a coach, but again, just thank you. I think it's important for wrestlers to have these moments, and I'm glad that she got to have give that moment. And also, where she feels she's comfortable in her life, and she probably has a good job now, where she doesn't have to go and take bumps anymore. So kudos to her. Congratulations.
She's from my hometown, Madison Rayne is. So it's
nice.
Close to home that she's retiring.
And then another one real quick is Mercedes Martinez. I know that she has announced that she's retiring after this year, and that her contract expired with AEW. She's no longer with the company. But from what I have watched of her, I didn't see a whole ton. I watched her when she was like in WWE, like NXT, but that's another one where like from what I saw from her, she was good. Like I enjoyed her work. So like her retiring this year, I think she's going to do a lot of independent shows in her time to her retirement. So that's another one.
Awesome. And quick, I just want to ask you guys again, JJ, who again will be a future guest on the show. He asked a question in the chat. I want to bring it up to you guys real quick. Would you guys want to see trios women's titles in AEW?
I think they should just make the trios titles intergender at that point.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I would have fun with that, but
I wouldn't say currently, but like the idea of an intergender trios championship would be very neat. Because I think that the current like intergender stuff that they are doing is very Chikara inspired, and Chikara did their trios tournament with men and women from different companies. So since they pull inspiration from there, I can see them possibly doing that in the future. Currently, I would like them to kind of shift their focus on what they have right now, but I'm not entirely against it.
And for me, it would be one of those things where if they did it, make it the World's Trios Championships and have it defended among all their partners. That's how I'd want to see it done. So next we got WWE. So we're going to start with Raw, and I'm going to start with you, Taylor, this time. Go ahead.
Okay, so I wrote down for this little part, Liv Morgan had her first match on WWE television in 6.5 months, coming back from her shoulder injury against Lyra Valkyria. And yes, she won the match. It was obviously a little, what's the word? There's a little bit of interference. Roxanne got involved, and Bayley chased her backstage with a chair, and that obviously distracted Lyra for Liv to hit the Oblivion and pin Lyra win the match. This was Liv Morgan is a big reason as to why I still follow WWE. There are a couple other women, but she is one who I have enjoyed her growth as a wrestler and as a character from her Riot Squad days to now. So it's nice to have her back. I feel like the division was missing her.
Deb, your thoughts on Liv, and then what something that you love from Raw this past month?
Liv is one of the most annoying heels I've ever seen become champion.
She's doing her job,
and that's a compliment. Like her laugh, her hooting and hollering, it's a good time. It's fun to see. It's fun to see her make people mad. So, and I also thought she happened to have a really good return match with Lyra. Lyra should also be pushed. Good time to mention her as well.
Sodo, you have anything on this one?
I don't, but I do have one thing I saw from Raw.
Yeah, really quick. I'll go coming back to Deb, and then but I just want to say the Liv thing too. Like her getting to be part of John Cena's last retirement thing, like that meant a lot to her. Like I listened to the interview, like her getting to have that thing with John Cena, and again, really being her and the Judgment Day, the only woman that really got to interact with him. So again, kudos to those women. It shows that Cena believed in them. So I just think that's a big win for her as well. I know when we get into talking about what we want to see in 2026, I think that me and Ted will be on the same page for one thing. But we'll save that for later. Go ahead, Soda. What did you have?
As everyone knows, I don't really watch WWE, but I wanted to give a shout out to our collective member Advocate who pulled me into this watching an episode of Raw because I hadn't seen it in many years. I really like Maxine Dupree. I saw Maxine Dupree versus Ivy Nile in particular, and I didn't really know much about her. I know who she worked with, but I was like, wow, this girl got something. She was pulling out some moves, and I'm like, I could picture her in all these different promotions. I'm not one to be like, leave your job, but like she really, really impressed me. So yeah, I liked her. So I was excited to find something that I always like to find things to like, even if it's a promotion I don't watch. So shout out to Maxine Dupree.
It's amazing how Big Grab's comments always make it on the TV. Pretty cool, huh? I want to shout out to you, like again. So like the one thing I was saying in our little warm up to doing this is like I was talking to the team is like don't be afraid. Again, like we got to keep it honest, right? So talk about the positive, but also don't be afraid to talk about negative. Mm-hmm. And so for me, like again, I love Becky Lynch. Again, I was subscribed to Sports Illustrated just for Becky Lynch if I had to. But I love Becky, but I gotta call it out. I did not like Becky winning the title from Maxine this past Monday. Becky became a 2-time Intercontinental champion. I didn't like that at all because again, I don't think Becky and AJ Lee need a title to fight over. So that was a big negative for me. Like I love the work Maxine was doing. You could tell that she was proud of having that title reign. And for me too, like again, like people were going, it wasn't a great match. She just got married. Give her a break. She just got married that weekend to her now husband, LFG guy. And so I can forgive her, but it's like whenever you have a champion who has pride in the division and they want to represent and they want to do better, like that's to me is all I want. I think Becky, I did a good job of elevating that title, and I really wanted to see what Maxine did with it. So I was really upset to see her lose that title because I just don't trust their booking to keep it up with Maxine, and I just don't think Becky needed the title.
I don't have much of the context because I don't really watch. So I totally understand that. Because Maxine, when I watched her, it seemed like she really was proud of the work that she was doing. And I've heard things about her that she's really grown a lot. And even if I haven't really seen her, I can tell that, like, someone she's a very eager competitor. So I can agree with you there that keeping that on her and having her kind of elevate that more. And some of the best champions are working champions. They're constantly improving while they have the title. And I could tell that with her. So
perfect. Okay, if we move on to SmackDown, guys, we good with that, or you want anything else for Raw?
I don't have anything else for Raw.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so for SmackDown, Deb, did you have anything? Again, I know that Sodo didn't have anything, and Taylor, do you have anything for SmackDown? Put you on the spot,
Jordan. No, you didn't. Thank you for mentioning the blue brand along with my super cool hoodie that you can find at shopdebc.com. Subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Please build our subscribers up. It helps us so much. And you'll like your merchandise. And on the blue brand, blue just like my hoodie, was the debut of Jordan Grace versus Alba Fire, which could have been great, but it was good. Good to see Jordan called up, and always good to see Alba Fire doing her best.
Perfect. And the one thing I had for SmackDown was this past week, 2 weeks ago. Julia got her U.S. title back, and again I love Chelsea Green. I think she's doing great work, but she should never lost to Julia in the second place, and just to have it again, I think they just wanted her even to be double champs together. But I like what I saw last week on SmackDown because again, I putting my tinfoil hat on, I think they purposely were kind of just doing bad shows. They wanted to get 3 hours back because it's more money. And with the 3 hour shows back, they are showcasing the women more. So the thing I loved seeing this past weekend was Julia versus who was it? Julia versus Alexa Bliss. Yeah, and again, like that's the kind of stuff I want to see more for that title. Like utilizing the talent there to elevate those women. And again, it was a decent match. Could have been better, but of course they haven't had the shenanigans. But I mean, again, like I love that. And to echo to what you said, Deb. Again, women like Jordan Grace getting the call up now. I will champion that, and I will put up the other hour if that means that we get more women's matches and get more people keep getting on the main roster like they should have.
I think so next Jordan Grace should be a serious Royal Rumble contender.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and also they're hinting at her and Jade. That's a dream match. I want to see that. I want to see that match.
Me too.
The next thing we have is NXT. Taylor, start us off on this one.
So, obviously, let's address the elephant in the room here. Thea Hale beating Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Obviously, this was not what was supposed to happen. Blake was supposed to win. They ran with it. And then at New Year's Evil, they ran the story where Blake attacks Thea before their match. And then, Blake gets kicked out. Thea wants to do an open challenge. I'm not necessarily happy with how that open challenge went. I think that they really made Thea look stupid. How do you have Izzy Dame, who just lost a match prior to this, by the way, just lost clean to Tatum Paxley, come out and beat Thea for this belt? I think
because Thea was injured and attacked and left in a very vulnerable position.
But it makes Tatum's entire win over Izzy kind of worthless.
It makes you kind of hate Izzy Dame, doesn't it?
I already don't like her. So, yeah, of course it does. I
feel like this is clinching underneath his desk right now. Like, don't talk about Nancy like that.
I already don't like her, so I don't like her more now. I just think that it really did made Thea look stupid. It made Tatum look kind of dumb. Because I wanted to see like what they were gonna do. I wanted to see if I wanted to see the Blake Thea rematch, and then, you know, all of that shenanigans happened. So
They could have at least did Thea versus Izzy versus Tatum in a three-way and really put that story, circle the story back to where it was and
mhm,
compete for something, and while raising the stakes with a very serious three-way
right.
for the culture.
I'm like you guys. Like when this all happened, like I was saying again, let it play out right. Like let's wait and see. And I was hoping they would keep the title on Thea, but of course they didn't. They had to put on Izzy Dane, and it just makes it all again. At least I guess they protected Thea by having her get attacked by Blake. But to me, like just keep the title on Thea. She's worked her ass off. Yeah, she have ways to go. Yeah, but like I would have rather seen her keep the title, especially like you were saying, Izzy Dane just lost. She had just lost the match, so it just didn't make sense for her to be the champion to me. Like I'd rather have seen Thea keep that title, but I agree with what you're saying, Taylor. Sorry, Dev.
I agree with Taylor too. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
find like the little bits of,
positive. Yeah,
positives
There is
that
no
so,
positive. They made
yeah.
Thea
but you never
and
know
Tatum
because
look dumb.
Thea could be put in the main title scene after this. You never know.
Okay, I don't believe that. Dev, do you have
She is
anything
a
for else for
believer.
NXT?
Anything
Oh,
else
here
for
we go.
NXT? Besides the Hale Hendry dynamic that could easily win the mixed trios titles. Um no, Thea winning. I just have follow-ups on Thea. Always bet on yourself because she definitely did in that match where she swiped it off of Blake. That's fun. Um it's this might sound silly, but I think it is refreshing to have those kind of botches and to see people forced to improvise and work on the fly. And real, genuine reactions are refreshing. Thank you, Thea. She was great for that.
I, I mean, I agree. It's good to have botches. You want to see how people handle things. Like in TNA, I mean, I'm saying TNA. NXT is it's again, it's the
Tomato,
third brand, but it
tomato.
is also the development. So again, I have no problem seeing those things, and again, it's cool to see talent deal with them. The thing that I love seeing was the way the last show ended. Again, we're not this is the women's, but having a title again, like when the title was vacated, the NXT men's title, like you saw the GM giving Blake Dev's little crush there, giving a little talk to the locker room and just saying with all these call ups being now this kind of land opportunity things to show up. That's what I want to see. Like I want to see the women from Evolve. I want to see the women that are under the ID program. I want to see them get a chance to shine and get utilized on NXT more. And that's for me, because again, it's such a strong brand. Like even if they lose all these guys, like again, keep it coming where we're seeing 3 women's matches a night on NXT and let the women shine and carry that brand. Anything else for NXT?
When are they finally gonna call up JC Jane? Because damn, that's my question.
I know that Soto doesn't keep up with NXT, but one person that would pique Soto's interest in the product would be Tatum Paxley's matches. And
I think so, Ruka too.
I have
I
seen
I I
some
think she's
clips from Tatum,
yeah.
and she seems like a hooper.
Tatum's bag is deep. You would have a lot of fun.
I'm interested in her and Kendall Gray.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. Yeah, Kendall Gray's the one. Yeah, she's a feature star.
I've seen some insane
She has
sequences
aura.
from her.
She has amazing aura. She has it. She does.
So I'm
She's
keeping
a
my eye out.
general. She's a complete natural. Can't
Finish your
believe I
thoughts,
forgot
Seto?
about her.
I'm always keeping my eye out and always taking recommendations. I'm not like totally against, I just don't watch the product full time, but I will be checking out some like Tatum Paxley matches and Kendall Gray, because I know a lot of my mutuals, a lot of my friends are very high on her as well. Sol Ruka seems cool. I'll have, because I said I would check some matches out for Dev, so I will look into it.
No, not for me. I would definitely prioritize Tatum over Soruka
Okay.
for now.
I like her look.
And,
I like that look a
Me
lot.
too.
and my thing is when they do bring up JC Jane, bring them up together. Bring up the whole faction. Give them a chance to shine. They obviously have chemistry. Like let them see what they can do. Especially when you have a tag team division, like let them come up and be the mean girls on SmackDown or Raw. So when you bring them up together, please. Don't give us another toxic attraction. That was such a missed opportunity. So the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be Stardom, and Soto, take it away.
Oh, so Stardom has had like 4 shows starting off this year alone. So they've done their New Year's shows, and they just recently, the past couple of nights, wrapped up their first Cork and Hall shows, and then they've also had their their last big show of 2025. Dream Queendom. Sorry, I was blanking there. And they have had lots of momentum, lots of really strong matches. So I'm gonna take this time to shout out a couple of them from Dream Queendom. Konami versus Saya Ida, who also has been venturing outside of Stardom. She's fairly young, in her early 20s. So I'm hoping to see more of her. And then Hazuki has had multiple really strong matches, including one last night. So I think this Stardom's really lucky to have a player like Hazuki. She has nothing but like really strong, hard battles. So I'm really looking forward to obviously what she does this year. But they've started off really nicely with her. And Saray and Natsupoi had a deeply personal battle because they are friends, and they had a deeply personal battle on Queendom. I highly recommend that as well. And then obviously Syuri and Saya Kamitani had a match at Wrestle Kingdom this year, which was for the New Japan Strong / IWGP Women's belt, and Syuri came on top. And I think that the company that, or how New Japan runs, they haven't historically given women enough time over the years. But this match, it went over 12 minutes, and I think as time goes on, we make more progress. And this match was a sprint. If anybody checks out any match, if they watch New Japan, that is one I would definitely go check out. But just Stardom in general has been really, really strong with their tag division, their singles. So there's people that I love. There's so many people to shout out for them, but just lots of momentum from everybody. So their year should be great.
And yeah, the match on Wrestle Kingdom was amazing. I love her facials that she makes. Like I definitely want to be checking out more their matches. And so this team, you have to hold me accountable. So one of my wrestling New Year's resolutions is, especially with the shows, to be watching more Stardom. So if I come back next month and I have nothing to say about Stardom, hold me accountable, okay?
I definitely will. And another girl I wanted to shout out is May Saraya. Sorry. She recently lost the high speed title on the Christmas show for Stardom, and she had a match with Hazuki last night. Also just killed it. So I'm really excited to see Stardom elevate her. She's an absolutely like sensational performer. So I'm really excited for that. And Starlight Kid, there's a match set up for February versus Saya Kamitani. And Saya Kamitani has basically been running Stardom the past year. So I'm looking forward to, maybe a change of guard to Starlight Kid. Saya, I'm not saying she lost momentum, but she lost at Wrestle Kingdom. So I'm interested to see where she kind of goes. I want to compare her to Mercedes, where she's kind of got a lot of, how would I say it? Not anger, but she's the top girl. She is the top girl. She runs the place. And she's very similar to Mercedes, where she's going to eventually have her downfall after being the head honcho of Stardom. So I hope that goes to Starlight Kid, who had an amazing last year. and I think it only makes sense for it to be her.
Oh, it looks like it's just the two of us.
It's just the two of us now, Tay.
It's just
Have
the
you
two
seen
of
any?
us now.
Have you seen any Stardom matches recently?
No, I haven't been able to. I have some in my list, especially ones that you have sent. Like, it's on my list. I just am putting away like time to watch it. Like, I'm off work kind of early tomorrow, so I'll come home and watch and stuff.
I hope you
What
check
I
them out
did-
because they've been really strong.
Yeah, what I did want to bring up, since we're talking about Stardom, is Maki Ito.
Oh,
signed
absolutely.
her Stardom
She
contract.
please?
Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Do I need to leave?
Can you hear me, Tay?
I can hear you, Dev.
I can hear you. It might be Carlos. He might be the one that might
Okay.
enter and re-enter.
Okay.
But I'm listening. I hear you.
It's like I think I'm good. But yes, Maki Ito signed her Stardom contract. I love Maki Ito. I saw her the couple times she's worked in AEW. I followed her work on the independent scene and like watched some of her stuff in GCW. I love Maki Ito. I've seen a lot of like reservation of people on how they feel about her joining Stardom, but I think you, Soto, we were talking about it last night, where I feel like this is going to be good for her.
Absolutely.
So
She kind of, I don't like to say when a wrestler is coasting, but she kind of was losing a little bit of her momentum near the tail end of like what she was doing before she took a break. So I think Stardom could be, because she let her Tokyo Joshi Pro contract expire. So I think Stardom could be really refreshing for her. I understand there are like longtime Stardom fans / domestic audience members that are a little bit hesitant towards her because she's got a little bit of a different vibe. But when Maki Ito locks in, she locks in. She made her debut last night in a tag match, and she at the upcoming February, the big February show, she has her singles match against Aya Sakura. So that should be really good. And I like that she can't say she's like the world's cute. That's the stiff for the match. I should shout that out. She can't call herself cutest wrestler in the world anymore if she loses. So I like that little, I think she could bring something completely different to Stardom that they don't have. So looking forward to it.
And I think it's so important to remember with some talent. Sometimes when they go work a smaller show, do that. So I mean, they know they don't gotta go full throttle. So again, if you like what Sada was saying, if you've been thrown off a little bit by what she's been given in the independence like that, give her another chance. Because now she's a starter, and I'm sure she'll be motivated to go full gear.
Because I know she wanted to work with
Yes.
AEW at first.
He does.
That's what
like
she wanted.
Ito.
Oh, Maki wanted to sign with AEW originally, and it just hadn't happened. She had worked with them before. So I think, like I mentioned earlier, Stardom and AEW, there's a lot they could do. So hopefully Maki Ito gets some chances to work with AEW as well because she is signed to Stardom.
And then the next thing you wanted to talk about, Sada, was Tokyo Yoshis. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. They've also started off the year very, very strong. Miyu Watanabe had a match with Suzumi, and it was at their Tokyo Joshi Pro 25 show. And she, as their international, not their international friend, the graphic on the screen, not the right belt, but I will say that is Miyu. She had a killer match with Suzumi. Honestly, one of the best matches in the history of that company, I think. And honestly, just shout out to her. They have a lot of people gunning for her right now in terms of that championship because that is like the top one. And she is basically, I would compare her, she's like the ace or one of the aces of Tokyo Joshi. So when somebody becomes a top champion, it can be, and has it for a while, it can be kind of difficult because she's had it multiple times, I believe, to navigate them, to guide them in certain directions. Sometimes things don't feel as inspired, but I think with the path that they're going down, super excited to see, because you can't go wrong with her. She always has great matches. And I also want to shout out her giant swing because it's absolutely amazing. And then Arisu Endo versus Mirai for the International Princess Championship. That was also a burner on that show. Honest, and Arisu Endo, she lost her title, so I'm hoping she's still young, but I'm really hoping that they continue to elevate her. She's got a great look. She is a great wrestler, but Mirai just kind of came out on top, and she's had a great year. She works with Michinoku Pro, so she kind of came in as an outsider and won that championship. And then I'm not, pardon if I don't pronounce her name correctly. I'm still, because she's a rookie. Shion Kinzaki, she made her rookie debut recently in Tokyo Joshi Pro. So I think she is absolutely someone to look out for. She came in really strong, and she has a great look. And I'm happy that Tokyo Joshi and both Stardom does this as well. They give a lot of opportunities to their rookies, and they like to highlight their rookies and their young players.
And so somebody's looking for Tokyo Yoshi. Where can they find it?
Wrestle Universe. That is the and Wrestle Universe also has multiple other wrestling companies. Marvelous, DDT, where DDT also sometimes features women. Noah, etc. There's lots of Michinoku Pro is also on there, and they feature women.
Awesome. And what do you want to say about Marigold?
I recently started to. They've only had one show this year, but I recently dug into that New Year show. I have never I don't usually watch the shows in full. I know a lot of the wrestlers on there, so I will go and watch. But I think for this year, a resolution I had was to, just like I dedicate a lot of my time to Tokyo Joshi, Stardom, AEW, I want to dedicate more time to Marigold because they have a lot of talent. My reservations with the owner should not affect how I view the talent, because they have so much talent. They have some of my favorite wrestlers there. Mayu Iwatani is there, and she is phenomenal. She had a phenomenal match recently. So I just wanted to shout that company out because I haven't gave it enough time in the past. So this year I would definitely, because they started off the year with their New Year's show super strong. It's only been one show, so I can't really scope the rest of the year out. But
no, I'm like you. Yeah, again, the thing we want to be about, like we talked about, this we want to be about women's wrestling. So again, in our little meeting before this, again, we're never the promotion we want to talk about. We want to make sure we try to give some love to as many organizations as we can. Again, we want to shout out women's wrestling, and again, I'll be watching some Marigold too, definitely. And the last one we had, or not the last one, but for the Japanese Sendai. Go ahead.
Absolutely, they had a show last night. I just wanted to shout out that Big Hashimoto, she had a match with Saya from Stardom. That whole show was great all around, but that match in particular, if one thing that's very known about me, I like hosses, I like big women, I like really hard-hitting matches, and they had one. So definitely, if you haven't seen Sendai, they had a very, very strong 2025, one of my favorite promotions of the year last year. So if you like graps, definitely that is a company to check out. They should be really strong this year, and I like the way they work with other companies as well. So definitely would check them out. They've only had that show this year, but they often, and that honestly leads us into another thing we wanted to mention was you. So as our graphic on the screen, that's Team 200 kg. Hash is on the left and you is on the right. She recently retired. She had her retirement show in Tokyo, and it was
so again, so in honor of her, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Continue.
Give us a U match if we've never seen one before. What's the match that we should go search out?
I want to say her retirement match with Hashimoto,
okay,
because they are
sounds good.
Two very good friends. They're a tag team together. She's just amazing. Deeply emotional performances, I think, from her. And she's honestly one of the most she combines the funny aspects of things. She's very funny in her tag team matches, but she is also a very hard-hitting, emotional wrestler. So I think if you like those kinds of things combined, she's got a great personality, very, very a big, happy personality. I definitely would check her out. That show was really emotional. She had a really great career, and I can't recommend her or Hashimoto enough. And I'm going to be really sad to not see any more Team 200 kg tag team matches, because they meshed well, very, very well.
Again, great. I love your fandom. Like, I love what you bring here. Like, and she's finished out so many different promotions. It's amazing. Like, keep it up. I love it. Next thing we have was TNA. For those that aren't to be aware, TNA is relaunching this Thursday. They will now be on AMC. They're going to be coming out at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific time. Again, TNA is like that cockroach brand. They're not in a bad way, but they've survived so much, and now they're back. They got a nice $10 a year alleged TV deal. So please support there. The one thing that TNA has always been is a showcase for women's wrestling. Again, when we were getting the divas in WWE, nothing against the divas, I love the divas, but it's just a different style of wrestling, But that's when we're getting divas, the women that were there that were were cut because they were too old or things like that. Like they were allowed to be hoopers in TNA, the Victorias, the Mickey James, like so many great Taylor Wilde, so many great women's matches. Like please. If you've been disenchanted with TNA, disassociated, give it another try. Two women that I could definitely shout out there is one I can shout out is Danny Luna. She's been doing some amazing work. Her and they just had an amazing dog collar match. Like that was such an amazing show. Again, they were only given 12 minutes, and we talked about last time, but they were bleeding during that match. Again, and she's a heel now. She's going after the former I forget Xia Li. I forget her name. Ming Li, I think her name. You guys remember her name in TNA, the TNA champion?
I'll have to look.
But she's going after her. She's going after her. She's going after that women's title. Lei Ying, thank you, Grabs, Lei Ying Li. See, but she's an amazing champion too. Like when she won that title, she was crying. So again, maybe you could think, oh, it's TNA, but like these titles, this division, like this opportunity, this TV time matters to those women. So please support them. Give it a chance. Again, amazing work she's doing. She beat up her and her tag team partner, kind of like two of their young little younginess. Again, some women that were just given contracts there. So it's been really good TV. And also, I wanted to shout out to Ariana Grace. She recently gave a promo where she hit her dad Santino in the balls and turned against him. But she gave a really good promo. And again, people were saying it was kind of word for word what Stephanie gave against her dad. But at the same time, like wrestling borrows from those people. The best thing that wrestling borrows, and she gave a really good promo. The best thing I've ever seen her do. So please look out there too. They're giving shout outs to that kind of stuff, and they're giving things for them. So please do that. The other thing we want to announce as far as we're talking about TNA is Killer Kelly. She recently announced that she's no longer with TNA. And she's a great performer. And her I think his husband or boyfriend, Myron Reed, they do a lot of mixed intergender things on the independents, which will lead us into our next category. So please support them. Just because she's not in TNA anymore, please, if you see her doing an independent show around you, support her because she's a great talent. Just because she's not in TNA anymore does not mean that we still can't support her on the independents. Did you have anything for TNA, Dev or Taylor?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The one thing that you did mention is very important. I too hope and aspire to be a cockroach, but in a good way.
Right.
I want to be one of the good cockroaches at some point. That's a goal of mine. And I hope to see definitely the last woman that you mentioned are super crucial to the division right now. And I'm hoping to see more of the Influence, formerly known as the Iconics. I think they have a lot to add to the brand, and I don't see them very much for some reason.
No, and I agree. And again, they were originally brought in the short-term contract, and they kind of been re-signed. They are defending the titles this Thursday against the Elegance brand. So again, I hope that they see that too because they have a lot to offer. Again, they're a great tag team. They've really done a lot with what they did. They left I think because they wanted to have a baby and stuff like that. They never got married, so they've been away. But there's definitely a great act and definitely support them because again they deserve to be showcased. And again, I just love what TNA's always done with their limited women's division. Rosemary is an icon there too. Like support her as well. She's given so much to this division. Again, like there's a lot of performers that they need places to work, and TNA offers that. So please support that. You know, especially if you're an advocate for women's wrestling, you know, go give TNA some love. Do you have anything to add to that, Taylor?
No, but there was one thing for Stardom that I didn't get to add. So is it okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not sure if I know Soto saw this, but Saki Kashima, she announced that she's having her retirement match at All-Star Grand Queendom. So I just wanted to bring that up. I will. Hopefully, it falls on a weekend that I don't work, so I can stay up and watch it. But if not, I'll watch it when I get home. That's my.
So what you're saying, you know, the time where before the women's revolution happened and all this stuff, like there's women been killing it all that time. So a lot of these women were never given the proper showcase to show their art. So please, all these women who are having to end the careers like that, go give them the audience now and go appreciate their careers because there's so many women that have been killing it for the last 20 years who just were never given the spotlight to showcase what they could do on the bigger brands. But it doesn't need to take away from what they brought to women's wrestling and what they did for the women now to eat. So please support them, support their last matches, and give those women a platform to be seen on.
She's been one of the most consistent people in Stardom for years now. And I'm really, really sad to see her go because she's always been super fun to watch. So I'm right there with Carlos. Watch her now, cherish her now, and seek out, if you've never heard of her, seek out matches that strike your interest or with somebody that you may recognize. Like you may recognize somebody, you click that match and you just watch it. That's how you fall in love with your favorite wrestlers.
And before you had something about Zilla too, right? You wanted to mention?
Yes. She recently, yesterday, seemed to be injured. I'm not sure how bad it is, but it really sucks because Bozilla has been on a killer run, and I really hope that she recovers nicely. And it sucks. It sucks anytime somebody's injured, but especially someone as passionate as Bozilla, who has put nothing but hard work in and hasn't slowed down. She's worked with Stardom, Marigold, Stardom, and she also works with AEW somewhat. So I hope that she heals up quickly.
Awesome. And then you guys want, as far as independent wrestling goes, women that you wanted to shout out there. If you go ahead, Taylor, you had somebody.
It's not necessarily like women in independent wrestling, but the Eve show that's coming up in March has announced a few different people. Like Harley Cameron is working the Eve show, Jamie Hayter, I think Azumi I saw, and there was another one and I can't remember the name. But I was gonna say, if you're gonna watch, I mean, if to start even out watching like independent wrestling, Eve, if you're looking for like especially an all women show, is a very, very fun promotion to watch. It's run obviously by Will Ospreay. They have a lot of matches that they've done up for free on their YouTube, and they also have, I think it's $9.99 a month to see like the backlog of stuff that they have. I watched they did a show around my birthday last August, and that's I think one big person to me from Eve that stuck out was Sapphire Reed. She's phenomenal. Like I would love to see her. I love her work, and I want to see more of her, whether that is in like an AEW capacity or even just watching more Eve when I am able to watch their shows. So
they also announced Miyu Yamashita and Harley Cameron. Those two for the Eve show.
I think the first name you said was the one I didn't remember because I knew Harley, Jamie, and Azumi.
Just think she does a lot of kicks. She works for Tokyo Joshi Pro. She does a lot of kicks.
Yes.
That's
Oh wait, I know
how you
exactly
remember
who
her.
that is now
Yes.
that we talk about her.
Did you have anything else, Soda, for independent wrestling? The women?
Johnny Robbie. I think Johnny Robbie is a really, really strong contender for, it's a weekend, but she recently wrestled on a West Coast Pro show and again had a strong last year. Johnny Robbie, endlessly talented. I'm really excited to see where she goes. So I wanted to shout her out.
And also just, Shotzi killing on independence, as also, what's the name? The redhead from NXT. What's her name now? Like, I'm brain fart.
Priscilla Kelly.
Priscilla Kelly's killing it as well. No, Priscilla Kelly's killing it as well. Independence. Support those women. When you go to independent shows, please make lots of noise for the women. Like, give them lots of love. And again, so while we break that, just a quick plug. Again, the Wrestle Collective. This is our first show back with the new year, but we'll be going full steam ahead this week going forward. On Monday, we'll be doing Wrestling with Tism, Wrestling with Tism on Monday. That'll be debuting on YouTube, so be on the lookout for that. Also, we'll be having Light the Fuse as well. And also, the Wrestle Collective show will be back on Thursday with our podcast. So that is usually I believe it's at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time. So please be on the lookout for that as well. I'll be doing my usual spaces, on Mondays and Wednesdays after Raw and after Dynamite. Please subscribe, follow our channel. Please subscribe to this. Again, we had to recently restart this YouTube channel. If you're listening to this, you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Also, our partners, SRS, Simply Reliable Studios. Speaking of independence, speaking of UCW, they do a lot of watch-alongs and stuff like that, and they're also streaming their content on the Wrestle Collective. So please give them a follow and also support their content. A lot of our partners there, James, Ryan, they do a lot of calls over there. And so they just do a lot of fun, again, doing their part to shout out the independence and women's wrestling as well. So please support those guys. Again, thank you all for being here. Again, so now we're going to break into kind of the second part of our show, which is kind of talking about the year 2026. And so, again, I think 2026 could be the best year for women's wrestling yet. Again, a lot of momentum, a lot of positive things been going forward. Again, you had women's showcase, women main eventing Dynamite. We've seen in the past WrestleMania, women, main eventing WrestleMania. But we want to kind of share our thoughts on what we want to see and what we hope to see for 2026. So Soda, I'm gonna start with you. What's one thing that you want to see for 2026 when it comes to women's wrestling?
I would like to see Megan Bayne win a title belt, but in particular the Stardom white belt. If she is consistent in both Stardom and AEW, I would be fine with either. But I just think that belt would look really cool on her, and she is a major player there. So I would like to see Megan Bayne win something.
And real quick before I forget too, thank you, Casa. A hot dog and a handshake. Our boat to independent wrestling. We'll be doing that on Spaces. Or actually, it's going to be going. This will be premiering on YouTube. So we'll be doing that on the first Tuesday of every month. So please be on the lookout for a hot dog and a handshake. That'll be our new show covering independent wrestling. It'll be a monthly show. Taylor, what's something you want to see for women's wrestling going into 2026?
So this was something that we had talked about on our AEW Heels call with Chris Statlander, and it's something that it was a question she was asked, and I very much agree with her sentiment. I want to see more 50-50 booking for the women. While yes, it's nice that they get, one match on. I want to see more matches on Dynamite. I want to see Collision. You see more than one women's match a night. And I want to see it consistently upon both shows. I mean, even in both companies, sometimes WWE only does one women's match a night, depending on what show you're watching. Or they're just really short. And I want to see more consistent, 50-50, like you do a men's match and then you have, one or two women's matches and then you do another men's match, something like that. And then also my personal bias, I want to see Sky Blue with the tag belts at some point this year. I had to throw it out there.
And Deb, what are your thoughts on that?
Now that Tay mentions the lovely shade of sky blue that she happens to be wearing, I think this is the perfect opportunity to let the viewers know about her vlog that she recently uploaded. She had an awesome vlog. And also shopdubc.com for this hoodie.
Yes,
What was that
guys.
again?
So,
Where was that again?
yeah, where was that, Dev?
Yeah, where was that again? I didn't catch that.
Shopdubc.com.
Awesome.
Way to go.
Thanks,
Like,
Dev.
Thank you.
check
I
out
do
my
my
vlog,
best.
y'all. I had a fun time at World's End, so
And
go
if you
watch
watched it,
me love.
rewatch it. A lot of replay value.
Yep. Also,
Yeah,
really quick, oh, go ahead, Dev. Sorry.
I'm excited for the women's tag divisions, all of them. Even WWE's is starting to look really, really good. A good set of tag teams for the women, as long as they, remain dedicated to them. No breakups, nothing too silly. And that's something I'm really excited to see. And I'm excited to see those tag champions cross brands again. They used to do that here and there, and they're not doing that enough. I want to see more brand crossovers.
On that note, I do agree with you. I hope that with the AEW women's tag division, they work with CMLL and Stardom more. They'll run another tournament or something. They'll bring in international teams to face the champions.
Yeah, and to what you're saying too, like I think, like I said this before, and I'll say this again, like having a strong division allows women to stay fresh, right? So you're not always seeing like a Charlotte Flair going after the world title. It allows just for other people to have a chance to shine. So I definitely champion, letting the tag team divisions be built. Toni Storm too, like what she's doing right now. Like still getting the chance to showcase because she's such an important star in AEW, and her and my what they get to do. Like just going forward and doing fun segments, and it's just like it's another chance to uplift women, and I really do champion that too. And what you're saying too, Taylor, that's something I want, like, to tie in what you said too. Like that's what I want to see more for AEW, like getting to see like where we have a night on Dynamite where there's like 3 women's matches, only 2 men's matches, and it's okay, and it's like it's okay to let the women have a case more. So I really hope Saliner gets her wish, and will definitely be champion for that as well. Did you guys, anyone else want to chime in on those topics before I move on to mine?
I'm good.
All right. So my thing is, again, and I just talk about a little men's, again, talk a little men's wrestling a little bit. This past Friday, Cody Rhodes lost his title to Drew. Everyone's freaking out. Oh my God, what did he get back? I want to see that be a chance to, like, again, like Cody and Randy doesn't need to be for a title. So like let those matches be secondary matches on the WrestleMania card, and let Drew face Sammy. And with that being said, give the women back the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. Like going forward, I want to see, like, again, the women's division is so strong. Like Rhea Ripley is one of the biggest superstars in WWE. Period. It's like Stephanie Valcora is moving out as well. So I want to just get back to like where if you're gonna have these 2-night PLEs, have night 1 be the women get the main event, and then night 2 goes to the men. And quit worrying about making these big women's matches. Give the men a chance to shine on the undercard, and give the women back their night of WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
I agree.
Anyone have thought? Yeah.
And
I
the
think
Rumble.
In the Rumble, yeah.
Yes, my big thing, especially with the Rumble, is the whole tagline of the Rumble is you win it and you headline WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, right? Exactly.
WrestleMania is 2 nights. Why have we only, especially now, why have we only ever had 2 women's main events in
Exactly.
moved to 2 nights? I'm sorry. I get.
And when we see him, like I said, we see CM Punk much better tonight. CM Punk crying when he's main eventing night 1. Like, we obviously know you can call it a main event, but it's the main event spot that matters. So let the women keep that spot. They've earned it. Like, again, to shout them out to what Sandler said, this past Raw and NXT both had 3 matches for the women, 1 to the men. So that was I hope we see more of that going to 26. But give the women back that night 1 shine, because I guarantee you they will step up and they will kill it. They will take the ball and run with it. Soda, what's something else you want to see for 2026?
I hope that Olympia, because I wanted to shout her out because we didn't mention CMLL earlier, but she has.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yes.
No, we're good, because she's just one person I wanted to shout out. I hope she is kind of elevated more this year, because she has been putting in tons of work. She started 2026, ending off 2025 with a tour in Japan. And for those that don't know, she primarily is contracted to CMLL and wrestles in Mexico. So I hope that, you know, she continues to travel the world and, you know, show her strength, because that's one of my favorite parts about her. So I hope that 2026, I keep saying 2025, 2026 is big for her.
You know, it's funny because we don't write text anymore like we used to. So like now the date thing's not a big deal, because before we used to figure up deals with checks, like again, the old guy talking here. That was the big thing of trying to remember, like, have to change the year on these things, darn it. So but now it's not an issue anymore because everything's electronic. Taylor, what's another one for you?
I want to see Liv Morgan win the Women's Royal Rumble. I think that this year is the year. There's no one. There's different ways you could build the match with Jade Cargill for her belt at WrestleMania, but I think Liv Morgan winning, especially, and here's the thing about Liv Morgan, she is so over in Saudi Arabia. They love her over there. So, like, I think her winning would, it would make me happy because I'm so sick of seeing her be second place every time. And two, it would give her big singles spotlight at WrestleMania, regardless of if it's the main event or not. The last and only singles match she's ever had on WrestleMania was in 2020 on the pre-show against Natty. She's worked hard, and that's not anything against Natty, because I think Natty deserves better too.
See my comments about Maxine earlier, because that should have been Natty going after her for that title.
Yes. But I think that Liv Morgan has definitely proved she is the, like, their it girl. She's such a hard worker, and like she puts in work all the time. Like when she's not, obviously when she wasn't out injured, like she's always training with Natty. She's always trying to help, you know, like other talent that are training with Natty, like she's trying to get better, all of that. And I think it's proved that she is more than ready for a Rumble win, and then have her face Stephanie at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you said that, because I champion that too. Like Liv Morgan, again, like people forget, like when Ruby got released and Sarah got released, like she was by herself, she was lost. She stepped up because pretty much you know, Rhea got injured, and she took the ball and ran with it. She's one of the biggest superstars they have. She's earned her place. And again, like you said, she's had the streak for the longest time in the Rumble, but it's time for her to get that Royal Rumble win. I actually want to see her win that Royal Rumble. She deserves it. She's over. Make her and Dom baby faces. Like, the crowd wants to cheer for her. She's put in the work, and she came back. She worked her ass off to come back early. Yeah, I want to see Liv Morgan win that Royal Rumble desperately. That's who should win, hands down. Any thoughts on that one, Dev?
Somebody else that's been second place in the Rumble, which would be a Roxanne Perez, is someone I can predict eliminating Liv in the Rumble in order to win the Rumble for the sake of a setup.
Maybe a future Rumble, but not this one.
This one. No, this one.
No,
build it.
Tara's dead back.
Can I champion somebody in WWE?
On Series Dev.
Let Dev finish his spot. Let Dev finish his spot.
Morgan, she's fine. Liv Morgan can always insert herself in a three-way because she knows what's best for business. She's a good worker. She makes good calls. And it's her, like you guys said, she does deserve it. She's a made champion. She's a solidified champion at that. And if anyone can do it, she could do something like that.
You know what this match needs? Charlotte Flair.
But to what you're saying, Dev, I think Liv can win the title, then you have Roxanne Turner on the night at WrestleMania, and that's her first feud. Like, I think there's, again, I want to see Liv. But go ahead, so do you want to shout out something WWE? Of course.
Candice LeRae. Can we get Candice LeRae? Can we get something for her? I've always been a support. Obviously, I've always been a supporter of her, and I would like to see her doing something. I'll go watch it because I don't watch the program, but I would think she should win the Rumble? Yes, but like, do I think she won't? But it would be really cool if she did.
Gotta get her out of Johnny Gargano's shadow first.
But for me too, I'm gonna hide my face as I recommend this, But sorry, Stampy. But again, give us mixed tag titles in WWE. Because you could have Matt Cardona going after with Chelsea now. You have Gargano and Candice LeRae. I think there's a lot they could do with that. If they booked it properly, because they do have the AAA title. So if they want to utilize the AAA titles on all the programs, I'm okay with that too. But again, I think that would be a nice thing to have there.
I agree with that. Those two titles in AAA, that should also be. That's what I mean when I want more crossovers, and that's a good way to get more women over. The Terror Twins that are kind of hard to take seriously for a few people, like they would be sensational in AAA. They would probably
Absolutely.
go mad for them. So yeah, more.
But again, like you said, Candice and Johnny too, they deserve more spotlight again, especially if Tommaso's leaving, like he is leaving. I mean, it's not if, So having those mixed tag titles would be like a cool thing to give them more shine and give them something to do, because they both are such great workers. My last thing was this, and again, like would love to see is I want to see a draft just for the women's division, because again, they don't do a draft anymore, and as they haven't been doing it. So my thing I would love to see for 20 is just, if you're not going to do it for the men, do it for the women, because again, the women, there's not many wrestlers. So I would love to see a draft just for the women's division of the brands, and have the women moving over year after year to different brands, just to keep it fresh. Like, I think Rhea needs to go to SmackDown desperately. I think I just think if they had a draft just for the women's wrestling, I think that would just be a way to shine women's wrestling, but also it would just keep it fresh and keep the product alive. Any thoughts?
SmackDown is very lacking on the women's side right now.
Yeah.
And it's hard too, because two of their biggest names that could be in the main title picture are in a tag team right now. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I like Charlexa. So
I do too.
That takes away those two from that world title spot, because they're in that tag team. But I don't want them to break up. Please keep them together.
No, but at the same time, it's just a better way to also keep the secondary titles with full competitors, because again, it's been like all Judgment Day on Raw for the last 2 years, and it's like, and then and it's like to just give people a different chance to shine and just kind of keep it fresh and keep things fresh and fun. So the next thing we had on the thing I asked the panel to do was to give me 2 dream matches that you would love to see happen in 2026. So Sodo, I'll start with you. What's one dream match that you want to see happen in 2026?
Chris Statlander versus Hazuki. I think and obviously Chris Statlander, awesome beast. Hazuki, any roster would be lucky to have this woman, and I would love. She's in Stardom. I hope AW utilizes that relationship they have with them more, and that would be a really great face versus face matchup I'd love to see.
All right, Taylor, what's one for you?
I don't know if it's going to happen, but I want a Sky Blue Mercedes Mone rematch. They had that first match after Mercedes won the belt, and like that was one of my dream matches. From the minute Mercedes signed, I was like, man, I want to see the two of them in the ring together. And then 3 days after she won the belt, they had that match, and I had written into her Mercedes little Monet mag that she does. And I was like, man, I really enjoyed the match between the two of you guys. Like, I hope that when Sky comes back from her injury, you guys can run it back. And she's like, I had a lot of fun during that match. Sky is she's a little workhorse. She likes to do all this crazy stuff. And she's like, I do want to wrestle her again. So that's one that I want to see, is a singles match between those two.
Dev?
Blake Monroe versus Tiffany Stratton this year, I would like to see.
Nice. I like that one. The first one that I want to see now, and I want this to be the main event of an AEW pay-per-view, is Megan Bayne defending her AEW Women's World Championship against the babyface Mercedes Mone. I think that would be a really fun program. I think that's where this whole breakdown of Mercedes should lead to. I think Megan is the person that I think should beat Statlander for the title. And I think that's a pay-per-view worthy headlining match. I want to see Mercedes Mone versus Megan Bayne for the AEW Women's World title. What's your next one, Soto?
Megan Bain versus Bozilla. I want to see. They had some minutes
meat slap of meat.
recently. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want, because they recently had some minutes in a battle royal, and I'm like, I need more of this. So hopefully, like we mentioned, Bozilla heals up nicely, because that'll be awesome. Just two big ladies hashing it out. I'd love to see it.
Absolutely. Please and thank you for that one. Taylor, what's your next one?
Mercedes Mone versus Tekla. We've never seen that.
Nice.
So
sign me up.
I think that would be a lot of fun to watch, actually.
She throws a spider on Mercedes. That'd be great.
Right.
Deb, what's your next one? Thea Hale versus who's your
That's the next year. For this year, I got Megan Bain versus Beth Copeland.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yes, please and thank you.
Give it to me. Give it to me now.
Yes.
Is Beth Copeland a hoss? Would we call
yes.
her a hoss?
Oh my gosh. Yes. She's yes. Yes. Yeah. My next match. Oh yeah, Beth wants to wrestle. It's just that they've been gone. Like she's already said that she would do some one-offs in AEW. I would love to see that match. My match, and again, it's just one of those things where because of injuries and things like that, they keep putting it off. I want to see finally happen is I want to see Rhea versus Bianca one-on-one. That's the match I want to see. That I want to see, like it needs to happen. Let it be at SummerSlam. Again, if Bianca beats Jay for the title, eventually have Rhea go for that title. That's the dream match that I want to see. Quit holding it off because as we've seen, injuries happen, things happen. Like again, like you have enough roster. You only do 5 matches on a PLE. Like quit holding off. Like give me this match already.
I think what's going to happen, Carlos, is probably going to be Rhea versus Bianca versus Jay Cargill in a 3-way. That way, everything ties in a nice little bow.
Serious ass Dev.
For the sake of it progresses the story, in a quick enough manner, and gives us the best match imaginable. Shop.com.
Play that blue hoodie while you're doing it, dude.
Yeah, promote your sky.
Oh
blue.
Yeah, almost like a storm. Speaking of a storm, there's a lightning.
There you go.
On
Jeez,
my
come on.
That's where you can find at shopwc.com. Thank goodness for the storms that we're going to get. Shopwc.com.
And also, I love this big graph suggestion in the comments. Beth versus Olympia. Yeah, please and thank you on that one as well.
Wow.
Every time
I like horse matches. That's all we want.
Yes.
I'm putting the link up.
Yeah. So again, we have a little bit of time, so I'm gonna make a new segment here. It's gonna be called the Brandy Rose section. The Brandy Rose segment, open mic night time, open night, bitch. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to say or plug that we forgot about? So you can go first. Anything that you needed? Open mic night, bitch.
Oh, SLK is coming to snatch Saya Kamitani's chain in February. That red belt is going to Starlight Kid. I just want to manifest it now because I know it's happening. Everyone tells me I'm crazy. No, Starlight Kid, ace. She is like gonna be the girl this year, and she had that white belt run last year, which was phenomenal. One of my favorite title runs. No, Starlight Kid is gonna be even bigger this year.
Awesome.
She's gonna take it.
Taylor, do you have anything for open mic night, bitch?
Can I ask Sodo a question about her open mic?
Of course, it's open mic night.
What's up?
How do you feel about Statlander dropping to Starlight Kid in 2026?
100%, yeah. That'd be awesome if AEW
if she just happened to enter like a Owen Hart tournament, and be like, what did they call it, a Joker or something?
Like the mystery, the wild card.
Yes,
wild card.
100%. I would love to see that. Like, I think in the Owen they need to have an actual wild card, like from CMLL or Stardom or Tokyo Joshi or some freelancer, Syuri in particular. Like that would be really, really cool. Do I think that will happen?
Starlight
Probably
isn't.
not, but
And look, and just I want to put this out: Dev allowing someone else to shine besides Mercedes. I mean, again, anything's possible in 2026, guys. Let that be a lesson.
I'm letting her heal. I'm letting her, get her solitude. She's going through.
Okay.
We're going through a lot right now. Sorry,
Well,
Tay.
Uh-huh.
it's time for Mercedes to drop that CMLL belt to Persephone. So that's her next thing. So.
Or Harley Cameron.
Can I say my point?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
ShopWC.com.
Oh, okay. You know how we have the casino gauntlet matches, which I love them, right? But you know what I miss? The casino battle royal and the casino ladder matches. Bring those back. Bring them back.
For the women, though.
For the women.
Wait, I want to see a lady grab the big giant gold ring. Bring that.
Maybe we need like the dynamite pendant too, like the women, like the AEW dynamite pendant for the women.
If the men can have a dynamite diamond ring, give the women something.
Like a crown. A crown would be cool.
Not the Sonic ring. Yes.
Or a Continental Classic.
The Sonic ring. 100%.
They deserve
Slandering the Sonic ring.
I thought Dev was going to say a pay-per-view of just 3-ways, but he missed his opportunity. Do you have anything else from a Mike Knight, bitch, Dev?
No, the Continental Classic is something.
Those words landed well.
Another thing that the Elite Division deserves. Another C2. And Carmen, I want to get her last name right.
Petrovic.
NXT.
Petrovic.
Yeah,
Petrovic.
She needs to be booked
Absolutely.
and called up.
Get her out of Evolve, seriously.
I saw her on Bloodsport last year.
She's in Evolve, yes.
She's way better than that.
Exactly, yeah.
I hate it.
I saw her in
I can
Bloodsport.
get Nikita Lyons. I'm sorry, Carlos. I can get Nikita Lyons on NXT television, but I cannot.
Again, my shout out to again SP3 calls her Busty Rhodes. That's his name.
Oh my god.
Hashtag free Carmen Petrovic. Yes.
In the comments too, a women's C2 would be awesome. No crowns in AEW. Again, for my open mic, I just wanted to just say, thank you guys so much for doing this with us. I love. Again, I just love talking to you guys. I love those nights where we're in the Discord together. I love your guys' excitement for wrestling. Like when Soda's getting ready to talk about something, like the excitement in your voice it puts a smile on me. So thank you guys for doing this with us. Again, we are the Wrestle Collective. This is our start of our 2026 campaign. This will be a good year for us. Again, if you're watching us now on YouTube, you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Again, WC Worldwide is our X. Please support us on there as well. Please buy a shirt, buy a sticker, buy thing. Like, subscribe, support all of us. Again, this will be a big week for us. So again, we'll be back with Light the Fuse tomorrow. I believe. No, Wrestling is tomorrow, live on YouTube. Light the Fuse on Wednesday. And then the Wrestle Collective podcast will be back on Thursday. Also, a friend of the show, Andrew Badala and Slick, and then Juice Springsteen do No Dirt, Just Dialogue on Thursdays. That's at 1:30, I believe, 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific time on Thursdays. Please be on the lookout for that as well. Thank you for all the support you guys give us. And we thank you guys, again, big playoff day for football. And you guys who took the time, again, time is a currency. Those who gave your time to us, thank you for that. Before I close it out, if you guys want to give any closing comments, Soto, go ahead.
I don't have much to say other than thank you for being here and love pro wrestling, love women's pro wrestling, and love it as much as you can.
Amen. Taylor?
Basically what Soto said, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Make sure, like, subscribe, share our stuff so other people can see it too. And just support women's wrestling in whatever way you can.
Dev?
One final thanks to Carlos and especially Soto and Tay for making Queens Road exactly what it is and exactly why I like enjoying doing this. It's been great. It's going to keep being great. ShopWC.com.
Amen. Again, thank you guys. Again, I want to thank Big I want to give a shout out to Big Graps, the man behind the scenes. Thank you for producing us, Graps. Again, amazing job. Thank you for being here behind the scenes, giving us the cues and the text and keeping this show going. again, I just want to tell you guys again what these people said. Support your wrestling, and also just so you can put us on. You can put us on your your calendar going forward. Unless something else comes up, we'll be going on the first Sunday of the month going forward. So be on the lookout for us at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the first Sunday of every month. Again, guys, go out there, enjoy your wrestling, go Patriots, and we're gonna call that a night, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you all, and support and love your wrestling, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Ladies and gents, thanks for stopping by. And until next time, this is the Wrestle Collective.